Hello, my fellow Americans. Bernie Brobots, McCain's thoughts, LGBT gunshots, tyrannical gavottes, connected Russian dots, tangled financial knots, and America rots. All this and more in your Trump damage report for Sunday, April 2nd, 2017. Lock and load, kiddies. Russian hackers working to help elect Trump targeted 109 Clinton staffers, including Hillary herself. Mother Jones reports that the efforts undertaken included the old password reset trick, which Hillary didn't fall for. Russian intelligence dispatched 214 individual phishing emails to Clinton campaign staff over the course of the attack. ProPublica dives into the Trump administration Friday night dump of financial disclosures, putting each of the disclosures for all of Trump's staff up online for public viewing, since the administration refused to do so. ProPublica is actively soliciting assistance from their readership in poring through the trove of documents. Initial findings are as expected, that the Trump cabal is riddled with fat cats, possessed of offshore bank accounts, and really shady real estate dealings. CBC Radio Canada reports that gun sales are surging since Trump took office, among minorities and LGBT people. Gun sales overall have crashed as a result of Trump, as the NRA and gun fetishists are no longer able to invoke some mythical liberal boogeyman intent on taking their guns away as a marketing tool for the gullible and insecure. Trump, however, is sparking fears among minority groups that his targeting of other minorities may shift to them. During his presidency, Obama didn't take anyone's guns, unfortunately. The traitor Flynn did not disclose payments he received from the Russian propaganda media network RT, according to an article by the Daily Beast today. This would make an umpteenth payment to Flynn from Russia for services rendered. Representative Adam Schiff of the House Intelligence Committee said today what we have all learned to be true about Trump, that whenever Trump calls something fake, it ought to set off alarm bells. It does, and it happens to be one of Trump's tells. If he calls it fake, it is real. If he says something twice in a row and bookends it with an emotional appeal, it is an immediately false lie. Trump's social media director violated the Hatch Act when he used his own Twitter account to attack a Congress critter, the Washington Post reports. Dan Scavino Jr. violated ethics and misused his position as an official of the administration when he engaged in obviously political activities in the process. The feistier half of the Senate Mean Girls Coalition, Senator John McCain, today said about Russia that, quote, every time we turn around, another shoe drops from this centipede, end quote. We all know how you feel, John. On Trump's ties with Russia, there have been more shoes dropping than the Crocs outlet in an earthquake. And just as ugly. Egypt's reigning dictator, Abdel Fattah el-Sisi, has been invited to visit with Trump, who is rolling out the red carpet for the tyrant. The bloodthirsty, bellicose, authoritarian psychopath is expected to meet with Egypt's president on Monday, when he welcomes him to Washington. Politico reports that while Western governments have protected Sisi's imprisonment of thousands of people on dubious political charges, Trump has openly praised the Egyptian autocrat's ruthlessness. A court has ruled that Trump incited violence at a rally, the Washington Post reports. A federal judge in Kentucky has ruled that Trump's words be taken literally when he repeatedly said, "Get him out of here," to direct rally attendees to attack protesters who were shoved and punched. The judge declared that it was clearly intended to advocate the use of force, saying, quote, "It was an order, an instruction, a command," end quote. Trump also had offered to pay legal fees of any one of his supporters who physically assaulted others during one of his rallies. Forbes explains that the clown show we're about to be witness to could lead to a government shutdown. The United States runs out of funding at midnight on April 28th, if appropriations are not passed by then. Republicans are in the majority in both houses of Congress and the executive branch, yet they show no signs of hoping to avert an impending economic disaster that arises from a shutdown. Cher Blue dives into the revelation that the myth of the Bernie Bro may have been instead the result of a sequence of Russian bot attacks aimed at dividing the Democratic Party. Many of the seemingly pro-Bernie social media accounts in Twitter and Facebook, which were turned into spewing anti-Hillary, sexist, racist rhetoric at Clinton supporters, have gone silent, or they trace back to Russian roots. We know from exit poll data that Bernie supporters overwhelmingly voted for Hillary in the general election, but the myth of the Bernie Bro persists despite efforts of the subcommunity to self-police during and after the bot attacks. Trump floats the idea of dealing with Democrats to get health care done in an interview today with the Financial Times. In the same breath, however, he lies to us by saying, quote, "I didn't want to take a vote. It was my idea. I said, why should I take a vote?" End quote, on the subject of pulling the vote on Trump care. Taxpayer costs for Trump's lifestyle to date as of April 2nd, 2017. $95,528,571.12. That's all for the Sunday Report this week, we hope. Like us and make sure you get the next Trump damage report in your feed. Share with your friends who ought to know what Trump is up to. And if you've enjoyed our report, hit like and share. Above all, and as always, stay vigilant.